Good evening, Rhino Room. How are you all doing tonight? Give it up for your MC, Laurie Bell, guys. My name's Kim Lee. I'm pretty sure I have ADHD, Asian Doctor High Achieving Disorder. It's not really a disorder, is it? It's more like an advantage. But it's true, I'm a medical doctor by day, comedian by night, so I'm a bit of a workaholic. Don't get a lot of downtime, but when I do, I like to Netflix and bulk bill. And growing up, I went to one of those prestigious high schools where pretty much every single student gets an ATAR of 99.9. What you may not realise is ATAR actually stands for Asian to Australian ratio. Where there's 99 Asians for every one Australian. And as a busy doctor running around a big hospital, sometimes you're so busy giving patients IV fluids that you forget to give yourself food or drink. So after a long shift, I'll go to my favourite Asian restaurant and the waitress will go to me, "Excuse me, would you like to sit at the back or the window?" And ladies and gentlemen, at that moment, I realised that I'm really passionate about community service because I chose to sit at the window to let white folks know this place was legit. So I'm sitting at the restaurant window and eating my noodles. And a white couple walk past. Actually, that's where I know it. That's where I've seen you guys. Been to Goodger Street lately? Sitting there eating my noodles and they walk past, look at the menu, look at me, look at the menu, look at me, and walk in. Not all heroes wear capes. Didn't get Australian of the Year, but a nomination would have been all right. Just a culinary compass for confused Caucasians. A living, breathing version of Yelp. But it's great to see Australian people embrace Asian cuisine, learning how to spin the old lazy Susan. In Asia, it's not called a lazy Susan, it's called a highly motivated Susan, because if you're too slow, you don't eat, you die. At this point, chopsticks are no longer an eating utensil, more like a form of natural selection. But I believe that, Asians learning how to use chopsticks from a young age give us very fine motor skills. Yes, that's right, fine motor skills. Too bad it doesn't help us with our driving, but it does make us good surgeons. One time I was assisting in an operating theatre with a very famous technical surgeon, and the reason why he was so good was he, as a medical student, moonlighted in a teppanyaki restaurant. You know what teppanyaki is? It's a Japanese grill where they chop up the food and then cook it and then flick it into your bowl. So I was in the operating theatre helping him do an appendicectomy, and he's standing on one side of the operating theatre table, I'm standing on the other side, and he's like, "Watch this, Kim." He takes out the appendix and goes, and I catch it. It was pretty cool the first few times until he asked me to catch in my mouth. Not very hygienic. They did not teach us that in medical school. But, have you ever eaten Japanese ramen? Isn't it funny how, in Japan, they have an etiquette where it's polite to slurp your noodles. So now whenever I go down on a Japanese girl, I go... Come on, man. It's only polite. Ask if there's allergy, not so polite. Is that hints of umami or monosyphilis gonorrhea? And fellas, don't forget to use your chopsticks, yeah? But after your meal, you get your little fortune cookie with a little message inside, a little philosophical message. It's like an Asian Kinder Surprise. No toy inside, but educational. And with 120 characters or less, it's like the Chinese Twitter. Now, my parents are Vietnamese boat people. They love carnival cruises, Caribbean cruises, P&O. My parents escaped the Viet Cong, 6 days, 6 nights, full buffet breakfast. Not easy being a boat person, is it? Now, my father is a pretty funny guy, hilarious actually. You've all heard of that place in Vietnam, Ha Long Bay? Well, he's from the next island of Ha Long Bay. Vietnamese dad joke for you. But growing up, I wanted to be white so bad, I even tried to wash my face with orange juice. Just a Peter Coon reference there. Too bad I was using the wrong juice brand the whole time. Nippies. Alright, so we're at nip jokes. It's okay if you laugh at nip jokes, maybe a little bit too much. But, you know, I believe that the Australian people have been really generous to my family, so I've decided to give back to the Australian community by becoming a volunteer surf lifesaver. Yes, thank you very much. It's the same look they gave me when I signed up. They're like, you do realise you need to know how to swim, right? And I was like, yeah, you know what they call Asian lifesavers? Yeah, doctors. And they're like, alright, Kim, you can join that group over there. And I was like, but isn't that the kids group? And they're like, yeah, exactly, the nippers. Alright, hop on board, guys. But you know, a lot of Aussie sayings didn't really apply to me growing up, and I didn't really understand them. Take, for example, the word chuck. Aussies love to use the word chuck and everything. Chuck a Yui, chuck a sickie, chuck a shit, Chuck Norris. How many sickies can an Aussie chuck when an Aussie could chuck a sickie? The other day, a lady said to me, excuse me, it's not chuck a shit, it's take a shit. And I was like, I don't know about you, lady, but I don't have to take my shits away with me. Better sort that shit out. But in Australia, you have a saying called tall poppy syndrome. In Asia, there's no such thing as tall poppy syndrome because everyone's the same height. But we do have small puppy syndrome. We go, oh, puppy, so cute. But as soon as it gets too big, we chop up with bok choy. Look, come on. Not all Asians eat meat, okay? Bruce Lee, he had a brother who was vegan. His name was Broccoli. All right, guys, I'm Kim Lee. Thank you so much.